I don't know, people might think that's a hot take. It's a hot take probably. Hello people, welcome back to my channel. Today we're having like a sit down video, and if you saw the disclaimer, good. And I have my notes. I know you're looking according to the title and it says like New Year's resolutions suck. They do. Reason why I say that is because, and I'm just jumping right in because I'm not trying to be here for 10 minutes talking about why New Year's resolutions suck, or like anybody wants to hear my opinion for 10 minutes. So basically, I've done New Year's resolutions for like probably since 2018 when I was 18, and honestly they suck because one, you're not going to change in one day. I mean, it's just it's like, I'm just like, I know I hit my head a little hard, my head hard just now. That wasn't intentional. But you're not going to change in one day. And honestly, when you think that you're going to change in one day and then you make that change the first day, which is January 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd, as soon as you hit January 4th and you don't do what you did, then you feel like you suck. And you feel shame and you feel hurt and then you feel like, oh my gosh, this new resolutions suck. And then you go into this whole thing about, oh well, I guess I'll have to try again next year, and you have this tendency to give up super early. And so I would say like they suck also because, I mean, most of our New Year resolutions are very unrealistic and they don't have any planning involved, they don't have any tracking involved, they don't have any measurements involved, like they don't have anything of the sort involved to actually reaching those goals and changing who we want to be as people. And so I feel like, this is me talking about me really right now, I didn't make any New Year's resolutions this year. I have goals and objectives that I want to accomplish hopefully by the end of the year. I have new traits that I want to pick up like throughout the year. I didn't really put a time on like when I had to pick up those traits. I didn't really say to myself, oh, I have to do this or I have to do this by this day. I mean, besides like certain goals and objectives that consist with business, I actually did put times. But that's the difference between a New Year's resolution and actual objectives, is the fact that like, one, the New Year's resolution isn't a finish line. Like there's no finish line in that goal. And my objectives, they have a finish line, but they're not like, they're flexible. Does that make sense? So when I make a goal or an objective, I plan it out. I make sure I know what's going on. I put a set of course of action to get to or to accomplish that goal. And usually those goals are like things that I can accomplish within 3 months, so that I won't be bound by a New Year's resolution that is supposed to like just happen. And then when I get to the 6-month thing and it doesn't happen, I just let it go. I just let it die. That's like me when I go like for classes or whatever and I say, oh yeah, I'm gonna study at 9:30, and then I miss and go over the 9:36 like mark, and I'm just like, oh well, I guess I have to wait until 9:45. Like that just doesn't make any sense. And New Year's resolutions for me have been like a gateway for me to procrastinate on the things that I want to do in life. And a lot of times New Year's resolutions are trends. They're trends that are not consistent with what you want to be in 10 years or 11 years or 20 years from now. I mean, one New Year resolution that is like, I'm going to start going to the gym more. The gym stuck for me when I went in the middle of the year and I was depressed and I needed something to do with my life. It didn't stick with me when I was like happy and positive and ready to go into my New Year's resolutions. Like that's just not how it worked for me. And if you are a person who overthinks often, who immediately goes into this sense of self-shame and self-pity when you don't do something that you were meant to do, then I don't recommend picking up a New Year's resolution. I recommend, and I mean, it's probably too late now, but it's not too late. Just starting something. Don't attach a label to it. Don't say, oh, this is my New Year's resolution, da, 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 da. No, this is my goal for me. That goal, you're going to want to work continuously at. You're gonna fall down, and you know that with goals there are certain times that comes failure, but at least with that you know that it's not just for this year, it's for every year to come that you are implementing this new change in your lifestyle. And so I think it's very important to actually sit down and pick a time and just like sit down and envision and visualize what you want to do, not only this year but the year after. Like, where are your goals for this year taking you the year after? I mean, obviously everything doesn't work out. We're not all in control of the years that come and what happens. Like, God can throw anything out of the way, which is also another good reason not to get attached to your New Year's resolutions. I mean, you can have your vision boards, you can have all of these things, but if you don't actually make a plan, you can look at that vision board every day of your life and not make a single move, not make a single action to actually fulfill any of those things on the vision board. Of course, some of those things on the vision boards can be blessings that God just gives you. Like, that is also what can happen. But I feel like the one thing that I've always been fearful of when I have a vision board is that when I look at it, I feel this overwhelming pressure to get it done and to have already succeeded with it. And so I don't make vision boards, and because it's too much pressure on me. If you have like generalized anxiety disorder, or if you just have anxiety period, and you just look at this vision board and you're just like, why haven't I gotten this yet? Why haven't I done this yet? Why haven't I got this car yet? Like, I like to write things down, but I can't put it on a vision board. I want to try the vision board, but I have tried in the past, and it has just proven to be like just anxious, like anxiety central. So I don't know how that'll work for me, but I don't know. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on why New Year's resolutions suck. I did do some research about why they suck before this video, and so I will put some of the links down below. But a few of the sources that I looked at was just talking about how resolutions are based on negative emotions and things that you aren't satisfied with yourself. And that is another thing. Like, we make New Year's resolutions talking about things that we aren't satisfied about ourselves, and obviously there's always going to be something that we're not satisfied about, but sometimes we just have to be happy with being enough. And I think that's one of my biggest challenges, and that's always a big challenge for me. Like, the way I am right now is enough. Like, there's always going to be something that you can improve on in your life. There's always going to be something that you can get to know more, or become more knowledgeable about, or a new skill that you can learn. But at some point you have to be fine with who you are, and I think I'm kind of getting to that point. I'm not fine with who I am yet. I'm not going to sit here and be like, ugh, I love myself, I love everything about me, because I don't. I genuinely don't. And that's one of the reasons why I don't make New Year's resolutions, because if I genuinely am not making these goals because I want to be healthier, like me going to the gym, I had to stop running, because at that point I loved running. I was running for like a whole month, and then when I didn't run, I felt like absolute crap. Like, I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm a lesser person because I did not go on my run today. I didn't reach my mile goal today. Like, I didn't get to 2 miles today. Like, I feel like garbage. And so that's when I was just like, no, this is turning into something toxic. I'm looking for validation in running instead of actually just, I don't need validation. I'm who I am, and I should be happy in who I am. And so I'm growing, I'm learning, definitely still in that phase of where I'm trying to figure myself out, and I don't think New Year's resolutions are going to help me do that. And then I would say make New Year's resolutions aren't focused on like the small achievements. Every day that you wake up is an achievement, especially if you're depressed, because it's very hard to wake up. And then if you're anxious, it's very hard to go to sleep. So every day that you sleep and every day that you wake up is a blessing and an achievement. Every time you get up, you go take a shower, you wash your face, you do your skincare routine, that is an achievement. And once you get past that achievement, you're gonna be like, okay, now it's time to start eating good. I personally like to eat once a day and have like a little something, a little small snack in the morning, but some people think that's unhealthy. I don't care what other people think in that aspect, because I know that's what I like. That's what's good for me. So and that could be your next achievement, going from eating 2 times a day to 3 times a day, or whatever, I don't care. But whatever you want to achieve for you, make it into small increments of achievements. And then take breaks sometimes. Like, sometimes you don't always have to follow the same routine. I feel like this world has gotten us into this set routine, which I love a routine. Routine me, okay? But routines are hard to upkeep. Routines sometimes need to be let go on a day when you're tired and you're broken down and you just need a rest. It's okay. So I don't know, people might think that's a hot take. It's a hot take probably, but if it's not a hot take, then good for you. But that's my rant. I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Oh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, now bye.